नमस्कार, ये फर्स्ट प्रैक्टिकल है मीन ऑफ एन एलिमेंट्स. Mean is defined as the sum of all the element and divided by the number of elements. It is also called MS Excel average. So first of all, we understand how do we calculate this mean in MS Excel, then Google Sheet. Why do we calculate in the Google Sheet? Because MS Excel is a offline software, and Google Sheet that is available online, which you can do at any place and anytime. After that, we understand the C language code, and Python is a modern language, so you must understand the Python. And the last, in the separate video, the Python code is there. So first of all, understand the MS Excel. In as a MS Excel, it is a statistical function. Let me suppose we have these 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the 5 elements, and we have to calculate the mean of this element. So simple, equal to, and the formula in MS Excel, the statistical formula is average. Okay, average. After that, you have to put the range. So we add it, we find the mean. Okay. The sum of these 5 elements is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 20, and when we divide 20 with 5, we get 4. Now understand the same thing on the Google Sheet. In the Drive, you can open the Google Sheet, and again I write here 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again the formula is same, that is average, and after that range. Yes, here you find the mean of. So the subject or the practical which is related to computer oriented statistical methods. So obviously we use the computer softwares, programming code to find the solution of statistical methods. Okay, now come to the C programming. So before that, we understand the code of code for this uh, task. So in the C++, we include these header files, istream, conio, std, live, because we use the malloc function. First of all, we declared n how many number of elements. X is a pointer type variable which we use for which we dynamically allocate the memory. What it means, beforehand we don't know how many elements we need. First of all, we enter the number of elements. After that, we allocate that much amount of the memory. Sum is a variable for the addition. Here we input the n, and x is a array, and here we allocate the memory to it. N is the number of element, 2 is the size of the integer. After that, we input in that. So before go further, first of all understand the array which start from the 0. If I use the n is equal to 5, then the 5 elements or the member of the array is x0, x1, x2, x3, and x4. So obviously we repeatedly do the same thing. For that we use the loop, and there are many loops, for while, do while, and we use the for loop, which is most convenient loop. So we start the loop with 0 and end the loop with less than n, then less than equal to n. So here I is equal to 0, because in the C++ you can declare the variable anywhere. So this is the first part of the loop, and in this part is executed once. So I declared here as I as well as initialize with the 0, because the index of the array start with the 0. Here is the I is less than n, I is incremented here. Here the CO message for entering the elements in X element are entered. After that, these X is added in the sum. So sum contain the sum of all the elements which we input, and after that, to find the mean, we declared a mean as a variable of type float, and here we calculate the mean, and here is the typecasting. So understand this thing. What is here? If we divide the integer with the integer, we get only the integer, not the fractional part. If we divide the fractional or the float type data, divide by the integer, we get the float values. So here The sum is the integer. To convert this integer into the float, we use the typecasting. This where we put in bracket the float divided n and we display it. So now this is a code. Now you run this code in the programming language. Here I write a code. So in this screen, I write the same code here. Now I run it. Here I use the clear screen and the get ch, the extra functions. Clear screen for clearing the screen so that you get the fresh output, and get ch for holding the screen so that you see the output. Now I run it. Okay, so how many elements I put here? I put here the 5 elements, and what are the elements? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the output is 4. Okay, so this is the programming code. In another video, you see the Python code. Thank you.